again. I'm hoping that this is going to be the last video that you will have to endure this weekend. I just wanted to quickly show you, I swapped out the shiny sticky back paper for the matte plain paper, sticky back paper, and I think it looks a lot nicer. And I added this little tuck pocket here on the side as well, so I wanted to show you what that looked like. I'm going to go on to some quick embellishments now using this last page. So I want to crack on so that I'm not taking up too much time. I've already fussy cut all of these pieces out. I'm going to save those and add those later on in the journal when I put it all together. The first one that I want to do is this one. So I'll put those to the side. So basically I cut out a square out of one of the papers that I'd got left over, and this is 5.5 inches square, so it was the center of that design, yeah, that one. And then I folded the edges in, making sure that it was square at the top here, that these points meet up the same at the bottom, and then I'm going to glue that on top. I'm going to decorate these corners up with some of the leftover paper first, and then I'll add that on top. And if I can, let me just, piece of paper, there we go. So then this will form a belly band as such on the page. But you'll see it when it's all done up when I go through the flip through, but that's the basis of that, and that will be stuck to my page, and this will be adhered to just these two sides here. Okay, so that will be that one. With this next one, I cut out the blue circle here, and I've got a strip of paper left over, and I'm using some little tiny magnets, and I'm using my glossy accents. So this strip of paper, I've made sure that it's no bigger than the circle itself. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half and fold it in half again. So that I can see that that will just sit under there. I'm just going to trim a little bit off that top edge. And then that sits on top of that fine. It's going to go underneath though. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach a magnet. If I can get one off. There we go, I've got two there, which is fine because I'm going to need two. And I'm going to put that on there. And to just put a little dobby dooby of glossy accents on there. I need to get a new one. And then I'm going to sit my magnet on there, and then I'm going to put a tiny bit of my micro pour over the top. I think I might ink the edges of this up. I'm going to put glue over that back quarter section. And I'm going to sit that on the back. I want that to be the top. Okay. And then I'm going to concertina fold it. Fold it back on itself. And fold that back on itself. Now where's that other magnet gone? Now hopefully that will, if I drop it on top, that has attracted that little magnet. I'm going to put 2 on because I want it to be a little bit stronger. So I'm just going to attach this one with the micro pour. And then that one alongside it. So I've now got double the strength of magnetism. And what will happen is I'll put glue on the back of this part, and then, where's my journal? There. So that will be stuck on by this part here. So it'll be like that. That will be glued on. And then the magnet will hold it all together, but then I should be able to pull on, hold that in place there, pull on that, and it opens it up, and I've got that bit to write on as well as if I pull it the other way, I've got that bit to write on too. So that makes something a little bit different. I might just add a little pulley tab on the side here so that I've got something to pull on, or on this side, seeing as that's the way in which it will open, like that. And then if I let it go, then the magnet will hold all of that in place. Okay, so that's another little one. Next one I want to make is a pocket, a banner pocket. So I'm going to use this scrap of paper here. So let's cut that out roughly. Okay, and I'm going to fold it just like we did with the other pouch. Overlap those at the back. Just check the width. Yeah, I'm all right with that as the width. So let's ink this one up. Can you tell I'm getting to the end of this now and I'm getting a bit tired? Brain not working quite as well. Okay, that's going to sit on the front. And I'm going to glue down the 2 long sides and up via the point. And that is going to sit on the front there. Okay, now I can do what I was going to do. So, fold those over, snip up the middle, and then cut from the point or thereabouts to there. Just open that out because the thickness of the paper is not allowing me to cut it properly. There we go. So now I can glue it all together. But what I want to do is I want to put glue here as well. Across those pointy bits. I'll stick one down. And then I'll put glue along this edge here. Fold that over. So that is now glued down on the pouch part across those points. And we've now made a pocket banner so that that can sit on a page, and I've got a pocket here. Let's grab a bit of paper. So I've got a little pocket there, and I've got the bigger pocket here. Okay, this one I might wrap around a paper clip and then clip that on, but I quite like the look of that. I'll make up my mind later about that one as to what I'm going to do with that one. The other thing I wanted to show you was I've stitched up one of the envelopes that I was talking about earlier so that you could see, and then I fussy cut out the circles because I didn't have a punch big enough to be able to punch them out, and I've attached it by just gluing across the bottom here so that that now holds that flap in place to be able to keep that envelope shut. I've also fussy cut out the bumblebee, but I might fussy cut out the butterfly instead and add the butterfly. So I think he might be a little bit too white and stark on there, and I think a little bit of colour might be better. So I'll do the same with this one. But these circles, especially this one where you've got the little punchy out bit to do, make good little tabs to put on the side of a page. I might put one on that magnetised circle. Let's just see what it looks like. So I've yet to do obviously the punchy out little bit, but yeah, I could add that. Might be a bit too big. Might think of something else. Yeah, I think it's a bit too big for that one, but gives me a little bit of food for thought. But yeah, that's what I did with those. And then the last thing that I want to show you, no, it's not, the penultimate thing that I want to show you is this was when I was cutting the bunny picture out for the photo frame. That one. I ended up with, put that back in there, I ended up with this tiny strip of paper, and again using these coffee dyed papers, when I ripped the page apart, and it doesn't matter that they're different colours. I might need to do another one that's longer, but I would then stick that onto there, ink up these papers first, ink up this one, and then I've got that then to use as a belly band within one of the pages. Now we're on the last one. Woo! Okay. Again, this was some leftover papers. I'd got 2 leftover papers of this one, so I fussy cut around one of the images, and I've inked up around the edges, and it's a ghost pocket because there's the same image underneath it, and I've cut it out the full length of the page. I also fussy cut out one of the border edges from another piece of paper that I'd got left over, and I'm thinking of adding that at the top up there. But what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to attach some coffee dyed papers on the back and just staple them in place, then stick that on top, then fold that around to the back so that you've got excuse me, a decorative piece on the front. It covers over the staples, and you've got a little decorative piece on the back, and then the pages that I've made into the long pockets, the top opening pockets, I can then pop that into one of those pockets, and it makes a nice little mini notebook. So that's me done and dusted. And as you can see, I've got a box full of bits for me to add here now to my journal, and some other little bits and pieces that I want to make. So the challenge that I set myself on Friday was, can I make a journal in a weekend? Well, the answer technically is yes, because I have made a journal. It has got pages in it. Is it fully decorated? No, not yet, because I've got these elements that I want to add into it. But I've got a great starting point now, and it's not going to take me too long to get this finished with all these bits and pieces. And I only used one digital kit. Now I might utilise some of these. So I've got some book pages with images of flowers on, so I might make these into some journaling cards. I might use the paper napkin on the music paper for a bit of decoration. I've still got the ledger paper as well, so I might still carry on adding some bits and pieces to it. But basically, yes, I created a journal. I did a little bit of thinking it through, prepping beforehand. Obviously, I made my prototype because I needed to be able to explain it to you guys. But overall, I created a journal. So I hope that you have enjoyed and not been too bored by all the different videos that I've done over this weekend to show you that it can be done. Plus the fact it's 4 signatures, you know, it's not just a single signature book. So I don't think really that I did too badly. And I hope that it's encouraged you to have a go at making one yourself, not necessarily over a weekend. That was a challenge for me. But yeah, and I quite enjoyed doing it as well. It was something a little bit different. Anyway, I will do a final flip through once I've completed it all. And, oh, yes, I forgot to show you these. So, you know, I cut out the bench. So there you go. I made a little slot there. The ladder, there's some little papers that I've put in there. There's 3 of them. There's that one at the top there. So they're in the ladder. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed doing that. It would be lovely to see if any of you have had a go at making one for yourself, especially using the digital kit. These things take time, the videos and making of digi-kits. They're not something that you can produce really quick and easy, but I hope that this gives you some inspiration. And oh, there's my little tags I made to put in for my flower pots, so I did those as well. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you all again really soon with the flip through. Thanks for joining me again, and thanks for joining me throughout all of the videos, and thanks for all the lovely comments that you've put down underneath the videos as well. Okay, I'm going to go now. I think I've earned a brew and my feet up for at least half an hour anyway. Got a ton of washing up to do. Right, see you later guys. Bye for now. Bye.